Hi, everybody. This is Flo,
And this is Anthony.
and we want to welcome you to our official wedding website. This is our official wedding video announcement to let you know that we are getting married.
Yes, we are.
And for those who did not get to see up close, here's the ring. Can you see it?
Bling bling.
You did pretty good. This video is just to kind of give you a brief introduction about who we are. Most of you know us, but we really wanted to tell you our story. That's the question we get asked the most: how we met. So we met June 10th, 2011. Um, I we had a mutual friend that. Hi, Bridget. We have a mutual friend that had been trying to get us to meet each other for a while, for about 6 months or so. And at that time in my life, I was trying to get out of something, so I wasn't intending on meeting anyone. I didn't want to, and I made the comment to her. I was like, "Well, if he's all that, why don't you talk to him?" But she ended up tricking me and telling me that we were going to California dreaming. So I figured I would go, maybe get a salad, maybe have a drink, and come back home because I had a paper that was due for school. Um, Sometimes when she would call me like during the week, she would say, "Hey, girl, I'm up the street. Can I come by?" No, it'd be like 9 or 10 o'clock, and normally for some people, when they say right up the street, that could be like 30 miles away, 20 miles away. And I would always tell her no because it was late. It's 9 to 10 o'clock. It's something,
Right.
we can not be so time conscious. So anyway, so I get ready, and I'm thinking that we're going out with some coworkers. So I get ready, I'm getting all cute and stuff. My little hair was done, my little makeup, and my little outfit, my toes was out. And I go to California dreaming, and there's some guy outside, but it's downtown Columbia, whatever. And he kept looking at me. I'm like, I don't know who this joker is looking at me, but either way. So that's what I thought. So I called her and was like, "Hey, girl, I'm outside." So she was like, "Come on in." But my friend, oh, by the way, the guy I was telling you about, oh, he's outside. He's here too. So in my mind, I'm just like,
Yeah, because I saw. I knew that was her.
whatever. Anyway, so I thought he was some random guy. So I go into the restaurant and this random guy is walking behind me, and I'm like, today is not the day for me to get Charleston on these people in California dreaming. But I was cool, so I go to the table. So I already got an attitude because I already told her before that I didn't want to meet anybody. But we were cool. We ended up sitting. Well, he ended up sitting next to me in the restaurant, from what I can remember.
That's right.
And we talked, made small talk. And our friend, she was like giggling the whole time. I didn't even know what was funny. So we ended up staying for about maybe an hour, but I kept telling them that I had to go because I had to finish this paper for school. So towards the end of the meal, he makes a comment about he has to go to Silver Spoon Lane. And, my head kind of, jerked because I actually live on Silver Spoon Lane. And I'm like, I know this chick did not tell this random strange guy where I live. I'm a single mother, and you could tell some strange man. So I'm looking at him like Silver Spoon Lane. So of course, I just got an attitude. I was like, so you going to Silver Spoon Lane? And he got an attitude with me like, well, why do you even care? So we both looking at each other crazy like, okay, I knew this wasn't going to work out. So I'm looking at my friend like, you know what? You can't tell no strange man. I'm a single mother with a young child. As fine as I am, got some strange man wanting to come to my. So anyway, so at this point, to me, the dinner was over. Check, please. Um, we ended up paying for our food, and I don't even want to see him. I'm like, this man's trying to follow me home.
He's trying to be hard.
I was not. You were a stranger. Looking on. Okay, either way. So I
He was
get in my
looking
car.
good too. He was taking me out.
That wasn't part of the story. So I ended up getting in my car. I'm pissed. I'm about saying every word. I think I cussed the whole way home because I'm like, this girl done told this man where I live. So as I'm driving down the interstate, I'm looking at my rear view. He is behind me, and I'm like, I know. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut him. I know he's not following me, and he's looking at
I'm looking
me.
at her like, why she turning everywhere I'm turning? Like, okay.
So the further we go up the interstate, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lose him by the time we get to Clemson Road or somewhere. I kept going, he kept going. I got off on the exit, he got off on the exit. Now at this point, I'm starting to sweat bullets, right? And I'm looking at him in my mirror, and he's looking at me like, how does she know where to go? How does she know where to go? So we got down to where the neighborhood is. I'm like, there is no way in the world. I said, if he turned in this neighborhood, oh, this joker is following me. Okay. So I turned to the neighborhood. His car turns into the neighborhood. And I was like, okay, maybe I watch Lifetime, and y'all people that know me know I'm really cautious. I'm like, maybe I should just circle around the block and come back. That way, if he is following me, I can try to lose him, in the neighborhood. But I didn't. I kind of did like a little slow creep. And he's kind of riding like, I know this girl not about to go.
Looking crazy.
Right. So when we got like almost to where my house is, he kind of pulled up the side of me. He was like, where you think you going? I'm like, what? I was like, I live on Silver Spoon Lane. And he was like, really? Because he claimed that he also lived on Silver Spoon Lane. So I was like, ain't no way. I said, he trying to run a little game on me. He thinking he going to Silver Spoon Lane tonight. He coming to my house? Anyway, so I hit the button to my garage open, and my garage pops up. Like, his eyes get real big, like, oh,
And my mouth was just like...
Yeah, like, told you I lived here. When he sped up about a couple of houses and obviously hit the button on his garage door open, and what do you know?
The words of my daddy, I said, I've been John Brown.
He actually lives five houses from where I live, on the exact same street.
The same
for what, 2-3 years? We never met before, never crossed paths, never seen him in passing, never seen nothing. And we met on a blind date. Yes. So I felt so bad. So after, he went home and he came back. And oh, by the way, our homegirl was in her car just laughing because to her this was funny. And she didn't even fail to mention to either of us, oh, by the way, when I said I was up the street, I meant I was on your street. She left that part out. And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell us we were on the same street? And she was like, well, I didn't think it was important. Really, Bridget? That's what you gonna do for us? Okay. Anyway, so when he came back down, I apologized, because let me tell you, when I said I was acting straight ignorant at that point, I'm talking, Charleston would be so proud right now. I showed my behind off. But I apologized.
Yeah, you did.
I did, and told him, there was a nice time meeting him. And at this point, I'm like, well, I can't lie and give him the wrong number, because he can come knock on the door. And I was hoping, I said, please don't let him ask me for my phone number, Jesus. Don't let him ask me. But he didn't ask me, and I was like, okay, whew, good. Now they want to go to another friend's house to go hang out again. And I'm like, I got to finish this paper. I got to get out of here. But I felt bad, so I was like, well, I'll just go hang out. But I can only stay for a little bit because I got a paper that's due in the morning. So we ended up going to another friend's house. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, homie?
Who's the best man in the wedding. So we go over to Chris's house, and of course, Chris is almost like a party. We walk in there, and there's music, and he got wine and little eateries and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever. So we stayed there for a little bit, and we won't get into all the details, but needless to say, we ended up having to spend the night at Chris's house, just because there was a little excessive alcohol involved, and we just needed to keep things together. Oh, and it wasn't me. It was not me.
And it wasn't me.
Yeah, but we're just saying. So we ended up. So I didn't want to leave because it just didn't feel right. Just me leaving the people, whatever. So we ended up spending the night together on the first date.
On the first date.
On the couch.
Yes, on the couch.
Fully dressed, clothes and everything.
Right.
Of course, he's trying to be all friendly and stuff. All over me and stuff. I'm like, boy, get off of me.
She was with it. She was with it.
So anyway, so I'm panicking because I'm like, I got to go home and type this paper because this paper is due like in the morning. So I'm at now some strange man's house, sleeping on his couch, got some other strange man next to me. I'm like, how did I end up? I thought I was going to get a salad and something to drink at California Dreaming, and now, less than 24 hours, I'm spending the night at some strange person's house. And I know that sounds really bad, and if my grandma's watching this, I promise you I was saved the whole time. Put that
Nothing
disclaimer.
Yeah.
We was just helping out a friend.
That's right.
So that next morning, he ended up bringing me back home, and I'm like, I know he gonna ask me for my number. And
Yes, because I didn't. We went to California dreaming. I didn't. I should get a number or something. I didn't got these drinks and this food. I I should get at least a phone number. You know what I'm saying?
so he was like, "Oh, it was he was trying to be all charming and everything. Oh, it was so nice meeting you and see his face. Okay, it was nice meeting you and can I get your number?" And I couldn't lie because I would have gave him the wrong number. Oh, and by the way, he mentioned at that time that he worked for the post office. He was the mailman, Mr. Mailman.
Right.
I just knew he delivered the mail in our neighborhood. So I'm like, I can't even lie because he can come knock on the door and say, "Oh, hey, ma'am, I got your mail. By the way, your phone number that you gave me was wrong." So I gave him the number and I was like, he ain't gonna call. And if he called me, I'm gonna shake him. I was getting ready to go on vacation. That's when I go on vacation, I'm gonna shake him. So we didn't talk. I don't think right away. We didn't talk right away, and I ended up going to Hawaii for 10 days, and we talked every single day.
The entire time she was gone, she thought of me every day. She called me every day. I felt like I was on the tours with him.
Yeah, I didn't remember anything about Hawaii. The bus is looking out this window. I'm on the phone. I'm talking on one phone. That phone died. I picked up the other phone. I'm gonna call you right back. So we talked the entire time and had a really good phone relationship. And I told him, I said, now when I get back, and if we don't have this connection, don't call me no more. Right? Didn't I say
Yeah,
that?
you did.
Yeah.
You did say
Okay,
that.
yeah. I don't want there to be no surprises. So when I got back home, we got back from the trip, and he comes over. It was funny. He comes over to the house, being that he lives 5 houses apart. And I didn't tell my homegirls who were there that I had met this guy. They thought I was just talking to some person I met. And here my doorbell rings, and my our best friend Kai. Hey Kai.
Hey, Kai.
Who's also the maid of honor, by the way. She was like, no, ma'am, he don't even have a car. You mean there's a man outside looking for you, and he don't have a car? We have come too far to not to be messing with these guys. They ain't got no stuff, no car, no house. And I didn't want to really tell her right away that I met this guy on a blind date 2 weeks ago, and oh, by the way, he lives down the street. So I let her think that he didn't have a car, and he came in, and as soon as I saw him, I was just like, wow, this is the guy I've been talking to for like 10 days. And it's been on and popping.
Ever since.
And that's our story.
That's our story.
Blind dates can happen. I wasn't even looking. I was trying to get out of something.
Neither one of us were really looking. But,
so,
things happen.
Yes. So that's our love story. Well, the beginning of our love story. We fell in love later. Right. But we do want to thank you all for listening, and we hope to see all of your faces. I know everyone possibly can't make it to the actual ceremony, but we do have something in place for the people that physically can't be there. We do want to give some thank yous to our family members, our parents, our grandparents, our kids. Hey Zoe, hey Devin.
Hey everybody. Love y'all.
Yes, our friends, the people that are in our wedding, our bridesmaids, our honorary power couples, our hostess, the groomsmen, the best man, the ring bearer, flower girl / miniature bride / whoever Zoe wants to be on that day. And of course our pastor who's doing the ceremony, all of our vendors. We are just so excited, and most especially our wedding event planner / connoisseur is what I like to call her. Miss Shonda, you are absolutely the best.
Fantastic.
If you ever want to get married and you don't want to do anything, call Shonda. She is the absolute best. Yes. That's our love story. Oh, the wedding is next year. Yes, I know. My grandma's already getting on me about that, but it's next year, 2015, October 17th, 2015. Invitation only. Now, don't come up in there trying to, acting crazy, because we got to shut it down. Crew that'll shut it down. But for the people that are invited, you will get something in the mail, email, or however we're going to send things out. So please make sure you RSVP
please.
On time. Y'all know me.
Please.
Late, you would not be there.
She ain't playing.
Exactly. So feel free to visit the rest of the website. You can give me a call, Facebook me, email me. We have a contact page. Look at the whole website. Our hashtag Davis Love Effect, one word. We want to actually utilize that hashtag throughout the entire ceremony, throughout the entire time that we're preparing for me to become Mrs. Anthony Davis.
That sounded so good. Say that one more time.
Mrs. Anthony Davis.
There you go. The Davis Love Effect. That sounds good too.
Yes. So we love y'all.
We love you. Everybody, y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.